Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different for you. So today's video is going to be all about my ghost experiences. Now I know a lot of people don't believe in ghosts, a lot of people don't believe that it's real or anything like that, but I've grown up personally with ghosts in my house, ghosts in my family and stuff like that, so it doesn't affect me as much as it should do. And I'm also a massive believer of ghosts and paranormal things. So I'm going to go through some stories for you and things that have happened recently and share with you my kind of stories. So the first one is probably the first one that I've ever kind of had and the first ghost that I ever saw. So I've never seen another ghost after this one. I've only ever seen things like moving and stuff like that, but I've never actually made out an actual proper ghost after this one. So it was when I was little, around 6 or 7, and I was in bed and I must have either had a nightmare or a night terror or something like that, and I'd woken up and I was lying on my side in bed crying. So I was obviously in a lot of distress and a lot of panic and stuff like that, and now I naturally thought that my mother had come into the room and my mum was sat on the bed kind of comforting me, or she was just sat there kind of like trying to make sure I'm okay. And it was before my eyes had focused and stuff like that, and I was still sleepy and like really tired, and all I remember is that I could see a hand on my face, but I couldn't actually feel the hand. It was like it was kind of just brushing my face, and it felt a little bit kind of like silk on my face kind of thing. So I remember kind of looking at the hand thinking, why is my mum doing that? Like, why would she do that to me? And then my eyes focused a little bit more and I realised that it wasn't my mum sat on the bed. Now, it was a woman. She was in a all black dress. She was in like a little white collar with, on the dress. She had her hair up in a bun and she had this like bun hat type thing sat on top of it. And she was just staring straight ahead. So I couldn't see her facial features. I couldn't see anything on her face or anything like that. But she looked kind of, from what I could see, in her like 30s, like 25 or so. And she was just staring straight ahead. So naturally I immediately kind of curled up in a ball and closed my eyes as tight as I could, because I didn't understand why there was something in my room, why there was a person sat on my bed or anything like that. And I kind of either went to bed in fear and just fell naturally asleep, or I possibly screamed for my mum. I don't actually remember, but that's the first kind of ghost experience that I've ever had, and the first kind of major one that's like a proper actual ghost. So after that experience, in the same house, we actually had another really spooky thing happen. So it was me and my sister sharing a room. We had a bunk bed and we had this window. This was an old style window, so it was one of the wooden ones which you had to push up physically. So you had the little clasp on and you have to push it up. So it's a Victorian style building. And we had this little cross on the window. This was just a little wooden cross which you tie together with string. It was a little basic one. You could break it up if you needed to. You can unstring it and put it together and things like that. It was just this little random cross, and we put it on the window. Once we put it on the window, we noticed that this cross kept falling off the window, and this happened all the time. And my mum would constantly say it's the wind from the window, or it's not stuck on properly or anything like that. And this cross just kept falling from the window. So me and my sister came in one day and we were so annoyed that this cross was on the floor again that we just took it off the floor or something, took the string off of it, tied it together, tied the string around it and put it in the bin. So after that we went about our daily business, we went about doing playing, stuff like that, came back into the room and this cross was bounded back together and stuck on the window. So me and my sister automatically thought it's my mum or someone's done it. We didn't think anything more of it and we just left it at that. It wasn't until the summer when we had to open the window that we realised that the window was actually stuck. So it wasn't painted over, there wasn't nails in it, it just wouldn't lift basically. You could not open that window. The same thing that happened in that room was we had a friend come over and she was stood. I was sat on top of the bed up on the top bunk, and my sister was on the bottom bunk, and she was stood in front of us, and I was playing with a bead, those simple little plasticky beads that you used to make necklaces with, and I decided to throw this bead down. Now obviously because my friend is stood in front of me, I threw it to the side of her. I didn't want to throw it into her face or anything like that. I threw this bead down and it went past her head kind of here, and now it was kind of about here, so it should have just naturally either hit the wall, went to the floor, did anything like that. But this bead decided to go around, and it was like someone had kind of grabbed it around and flicked it at my friend's head. So she naturally accused me and my sister of throwing it at her head. Me and my sister were like, no, it clearly wasn't going in your direction, anything like that. And this was all in the same room kind of thing that was all happening. So once we've moved on from that house, we had a few more little spooky things happening, things moving, seeing things out the corner of our eyes and stuff like that. But it wasn't until I actually got to this house that I had probably one of like the worst experiences, but not to me personally, if that makes sense. So we got to this house and I basically had a mirror, same mirror that I've got in my room right now. It's a tall length mirror. It's just a normal standard standing mirror, so it's nothing kind of on the wall or anything like that. And we put that mirror up in my shared room again with my sister. But me being the complete idiot, now if you don't know what a mirror portal is, then you can just do a little Google search. But basically 2 mirrors put together, and it opens up the kind of the world with all the ghosts in, and ghosts can pass as freely as they want to. So me being the stupid person I am, decided to put that freestanding mirror on the wall, and then this little pink mirror that I got, I put opposite it. Now I didn't know what a mirror portal was at that point. I didn't know what it could do, what was going to happen or anything like that. So my sister one day is walking towards to go out of the room, and she freezes and screams. And now I don't know what she's seen, I don't know what's happened or anything like that. She jumps away from the mirror and my entire body goes frozen, like rigid. I know that there's something in the room, I know that there's somebody there. I immediately start to have a panic attack, I immediately start freaking out, and everyone, like my sister's screaming at this point. I don't know what's going on, and I immediately get an image in my head of this woman. Now this woman is really strict, she's really angry, she's really kind of hurt, and I immediately get this image in my head, and my sister goes, there was someone in the mirror behind me. And I described the woman to her, she describes the woman to me, and we've both seen the exact same woman in the sense that she saw her in the mirror and I saw it in my mind. That was one of the scariest things that's ever happened in this house. I immediately, being a pagan, was able to cleanse both mirrors. I didn't destroy the one mirror, but I've kept it, but not keeping it kind of against the mirror. And I'm able to kind of make the ghost go, if that makes sense. But I can always sense her, and she's like a really nasty woman. So that leads me on to the last ghost story that I have, which was the one that I most recently caught on camera, which is the vlog that is said basically ghost caught on camera, which is my dream catcher, which is behind my bed, actually started swinging by itself. I've never caught a ghost on camera before, I've always wanted to, so it was a really kind of like weird experience, but also a good experience to have. So I caught that on camera, but I also had something else happen in this room, and it's super scary. It's actually behind me, like here, but I was fast asleep. I woke up around 4 in the morning and I was needing a wee or something. I needed to check my phone or something like that, and I kind of woke up and I felt weird, and then at the moment that I woke up, I actually heard a clap in my room as loud as anything. It was a really strong clap, and it was coming from this corner here. So I'm lying here with my back to it, and I heard this clap in this corner, and I knew immediately that there was something in my room, something spooky was in there, and I could feel it, and I thought, I'm not opening my eyes at all. I think I just went straight back to bed. I was so scared, kind of thing. But since then I've seen so much things happening in this room, like little things going past me, like things moving and stuff like that. It's not affecting me at the moment, unless she gets a little bit more energy, then I'll obviously do something about it. But that's kind of like my ghost experience. I've had plenty more that have happened in my family that I'm not going to go into details with, because it's in the past and we've not heard from that ghost in a while, and I don't want to bring anything up. So yeah, that is my ghost experience. Obviously there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be watching this and thinking it's a load of bullshit, which is absolutely fine. Not everyone's going to be a believer of ghosts or anything like that, but if you do and you've got any kind of amazing stories, then please leave them linked below for me. I would love to check those out. If you have enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up, and yeah, I shall see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.